Are you thinking about moving to Summerville, South Carolina? If so, and you've already started doing some research, then you've likely come across 3 different communities: Nexton, Cane Bay Plantation, and Summers Corner. They're all master plan communities. So what is the difference between these 3 different popular communities? What are the pros and cons of each one, and how can you make your decision as far as which one is the best one for you? Well, that's exactly what I am breaking down in this video, so stick around. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm a realtor here in the Charleston and Summerville, South Carolina areas, and my team and I love helping people make their smooth move to Charleston every single day. Whether you're buying or selling, we love helping with all types of real estate transactions, so please feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. All of the contact information is pinned below and in the description. If you would like to know the pros and the cons of Summerville more broadly, check out this video here that goes over the pros and the cons of Summerville as a city. In this video, we're getting more granular to talk specifics about Nexton, Cane Bay Plantation, and Summers Corner. All 3 of them are master plan communities. So let's start there. What in the world is a master plan community? Master plan communities sit on vast acres of land and are intentionally designed to be self-contained. In other words, you don't have to leave your community in order to live your day-to-day life. Therefore, they're a mix of homes, commercial and retail areas, schools, medical facilities, and recreation. They're divided into multiple different subsections within the greater community that differ as far as price ranges or the amenities or the type of house or style. Maybe there's different builders that have different subsections. Since these communities are so large, they usually also come with very nice, extensive amenities. The different subsections are also usually connected to each other via roads, as well as sidewalks or trails. They also typically have vast amounts of green spaces in the community, like multiple different parks, playgrounds, and often ponds, lakes, and woods. Okay, now that we got that cleared up, let's start first with Summers Corner. Summers Corner was voted Charleston's best community in 2020 by Charleston Choice. It's located off of Highway 17A and 61. It's very close to the Plantation District, which is where Middleton Place, Magnolia Plantation, and Drayton Hall are all located. These are historic Charleston landmarks and sites. From Summers Corner, you're about 15 to 20 minutes to downtown historic Summerville, 30 minutes to the Costco in West Ashley, 30 minutes to the airport, 40 minutes to downtown Charleston, and about 50 minutes to the closest beach, which is going to be Sullivan's Island or Folly Beach. Of the 3 communities we're talking about today, Summers Corner has the most rural feeling of all of the locations. There are a lot of trees and not as many commercial areas and other neighborhoods nearby. Now there are some like Legend Oaks and the Ponds are 2 neighborhoods that are close by, and there is more retail coming to the area, and perhaps in 10 or 20 years there will be even more that gets developed in the area. But as of right now, I'd say of the 3 communities, this one has the most rural feel, even though as far as distance to other places, like I just mentioned, is going to be pretty comparable to some of the other areas that we're going to talk about later. Summers Corner is over 7,000 acres, and when it's all said and done, it's estimated to be about 8,000 homes. Now, one of the agents who works for the builder there told me that the ratio between the amount of land and the number of homes is actually the best out of all 3 of these master plan communities, meaning that each home on average is going to have more space in this community compared to the other 2, Nexton and Cane Bay. Now, that doesn't mean that your lot is physically going to be bigger. It just means that the total number of space of acres compared to the total number of homes, they have the best land to home ratio here in Summers Corner. They pride themselves here that no homeowner is more than a 5-minute walk to the nearest park or green space. Summers Corner started building in 2016, and I believe they have at least 5 years left, could be more, before they're fully built out. There are 5 different subsections within Summers Corner. The first one is called The Village. This was the very first subsection to get built, and it was actually by a builder called Dan Ryan. From what I heard, Dan Ryan sold the rest of the land to Lennar, who is now the exclusive builder in the rest of the subsections. Now, they are going to be extending the village, so I believe in 2024, they're going to start opening up a new section within the village. They also built out another subsection called Azalea Ridge that is now completely sold out. And now Lennar is currently selling Sweetgrass. After Sweetgrass, there'll be another subsection called Heron's Walk. Not sure when that is getting released at this time. Summers Corner also has a 55 plus active adult community called Horizons that is actively selling for the last year. This is a gated community, and eventually it's going to have its own amenity center. They just broke ground on it, so it's going to be at least 2 years before it's complete, but the renderings look truly amazing and definitely resort style. There's going to be an enormous outdoor pool, indoor pool, clubhouse gym, a restaurant. It's going to be awesome when it's all said and done. Now, people who live in Summers Corner outside of Horizons can't come into Horizons since it is gated and is specifically an active adult community. And likewise, the people that live in Horizons can't use the other amenities, the other pools in Summers Corner. Of course, everyone shares the green spaces, the trails, the commons area, and the 95-acre Buffalo Lake with a lakeside pavilion. There is a pool that currently exists in the village subsection that all the residents outside of Horizons can use, but they actually have plans to build another enormous resort-style pool that I have heard they're claiming to be the largest pool in all of South Carolina. So it should be quite the sight and an incredible amenity that will be available in the future. I'm going to guess 2 to 3 years out because it is going to be a huge undertaking and they're just getting started. But when it's done and you live in Summers Corner, I think it's going to be a huge selling point. Summers Corner has a commons area with a farmer's market, weekly food trucks. Eventually a restaurant is coming, as well as other retail. There's a dog park in the community. And they also have the Summers Corner Performing Arts Center, which is a new facility with 1,000 seats. So you can walk over in the evenings or on the weekends to see some kind of performance, which is super neat and unique. Currently, the nearest grocery store is a Walmart neighborhood market about 9 minutes away off of Dorchester Road, but there is a Publix that is coming. They have owned land for many years right across from the Commons area. And I just read an article a couple of days ago that said it's likely going to be coming in 2025. So it's getting closer. That'll be so great when it's done. You can just take your bike, your golf cart, or walk on over to get your groceries. Summers Corner is located in Dorchester County, and the schools here are zoned for Dorchester District 2 schools. Sandhill Elementary School is located right inside the community. So if you dream about being able to walk your kids to school or drop them off in the golf cart, then Summers Corner could be a great fit for you. Now let's talk about the homes and prices. As I mentioned earlier, everything being sold that's new right now is with Lennar. They exclusively do spec homes, aka inventory homes, aka quick move-in homes. All that means is that the builder chooses all of the finishes. You don't get to build anything. So if you want to build your own, you're going to have to go to Nexton or Cane Bay. It's just simply not an option with Lennar. Their inventory gets released about 2 to 3 months from closing. So if you are in a little bit more of a hurry or have a shorter timeline, then this could be a great fit for you. Their prices start in the upper $300,000 range and go to the high 400s. I'm sure at some point in the next couple of years, they'll be in the 500s. There are some resale homes as well in the community. Those are typically in the $400,000 range as well. In Horizons, the 55 plus subsection, they're a little bit cheaper to start. You can get them as low as about $350,000, $360,000, and on the high end go up to the upper 400s. If you're liking what you're hearing about Summer's Corner, then check out this other video I have where I provide a vlog tour of Summer's Corner, and you can get more of a feel for it after this video. Go ahead and cue that one up. Now let's move on to Nexton. Nexton has been named the best mixed-use community and the best master plan community in all of the United States. Okay, let that sink in. In the entire country, Nexton has been named the best master plan community. It's pretty incredible to have that honor. Nexton is located right off of I-26. So in my opinion, it's the most convenient location of the three communities. You're 15 minutes to downtown historic Summerville, 30 minutes to the Costco in West Ashley, 25 minutes to the airport, 30 minutes to downtown Charleston, and 40 minutes to Sullivan's Island. Nexton broke ground in 2013, so they just celebrated their 10-year anniversary. They really started building in 2016, and now they're approximately halfway built out. They still have probably about 8 years of building left. It could be longer. Right now, there's about 2,500 homes that are complete. I don't know what the final number is going to be. I was trying to research that today. Couldn't find anything super specific. I'm gonna guess about 8,000. I could be wrong, could be a little less, could be a little more. Nexton spans 5,000 acres, and they also have an extensive trail network that currently is about 50 miles. But I've heard that when it's all said and done, it's going to be about 100 miles of trails. So if you're a runner or a biker, you'll have plenty of miles right within your own community that you can explore. You can also walk, bike, or take your golf cart on the trail and actually get to the commercial areas if you want to grab some groceries or some dinner. We're going to talk a little bit more about the commercial areas here in a couple of minutes. Nexton has 1,000 acres of wetlands that they are never going to develop, and in general also have a ton of pocket parks and all kinds of green spaces. Nexton has 10 different builders in their communities. You have Ashton Woods, Centex, David Weekley, Del Webb, Homes by Dickerson, New Leaf Builders, Pulte Homes, Saucy Burbank, and True Homes. They have the majority single family, but also some townhouses and even some apartments for rent. Nexton is made up of 5 different subsections. The first is Brighton Park. Brighton Park was the first subsection to get developed, so it is completely sold out. There are no new homes left to buy here, only resale homes. The next is Midtown. Midtown is currently in progress. I believe they're in phase 2, maybe phase 3. Brighton Park and Midtown share amenities. They both have a pool, and Midtown has a really amazing clubhouse with a gym. They have pickleball courts, tennis courts, basketball courts, just very nice amenities. The third subsection is called North Creek Village by True Homes and Centex Homes. They have their own pool in the community, and they don't share the amenities with Brighton Park or Midtown. This subsection is further into Midtown, right on the border of Cane Bay. The next subsection is called Del Webb. This is a gated 55 plus active adult community. In total, this one subsection alone will be about 1,440 homes. Del Webb also has their own incredible amenities. If you are interested in 55 plus communities, definitely check out my video all about the active adult communities in our area. It's actually my most popular video on the channel. Del Webb in the next couple of years is also extending their amenities to include a bar, a restaurant, an indoor gym. It's really very impressive. Now, only Del Webb's residents can use Del Webb's amenities, of course, being an adult community, but Del Webb residents actually have access to Brighton Park and Midtown amenities, which is really nice. So if they have the grandkids over for a weekend, they have the freedom to go swimming and everybody's happy. Now, another 55 plus community just opened in Nexton. It's called Hammock Walk by Ashton Woods. I haven't had a chance to go yet, but I will soon, and I'll make an entirely separate video for this new community. It's going to be attached villas, and they'll be starting in the mid $300,000 price point, which is great because currently Del Webb, you can't really get into it for under $450,000, and even then you're very limited on your lot and your floor plan. So Hammock Walk is a more economical option. As far as the price ranges go in Nexton overall, you can get in for around the mid to upper $300,000 for a townhouse or maybe a much smaller home. The majority are really $500,000 plus. It even goes into the seven figures, but that's not as common. The builders also have some spec inventory homes if you're looking for a quicker move-in and don't want to have to deal with the building process, but they also offer build your own and have so many floor plans to choose from. I think there's over 100 total different floor plans within Nexton, just because each builder has so many different floor plans and there's 10 builders. So there is a lot of variety and something for everyone. Let's talk about some of the conveniences of Nexton and what's coming. Currently you have Nexton Square, which has about 20 different shops and restaurants. It's home to some of Charleston's favorite restaurants like Hall's Chop House, Vicious Biscuit, and Taco Boy. Again, you can take your golf cart here, walk, or bike from your neighborhood. They're currently working on downtown Nexton, which is next to Nexton Square. It's going to have an urban feel to it. It's about 100 acres of mixed-use space. It's going to have hotels, big box retail stores, offices, and various types of homes, but most likely apartments or condos. It's still a couple years out, so we don't really have specifics yet on what's coming there. One Nexton is a retail center slated to open in 2024. It will be anchored by a Publix grocery store, which I know a lot of the current residents are super excited to finally have a grocery store right down the way. They're also going to have eateries, a bank, and apartments here. Phase 2 of One Nexton will include offices, hospitality, residential, and entertainment. The marketplace at Nexton will feature a Harris Teeter that should open by the first quarter of 2024, and there's also a Lowe's food in the works as well. So until now, Nexton didn't have the grocery stores open, but by a year from now, they'll have at least 2 with a third on the way. MUSC, the Medical University of South Carolina, is also in the works. They're scheduled to break ground in 2024. It will feature a 129-bed hospital and medical offices, ensuring that Nexton residents have accessible healthcare. Nexton is part of Berkeley County. They have their own elementary school called Nexton Elementary. There are also plans for a new Berkeley County middle school that is set to open in the fall of 2025. There are some other local schools as well. I know some of the schools here are full or they have capacity restrictions because of all the growth here. So please do your own due diligence and call the schools with any questions and make sure that you fully understand how the school zoning works here if you're moving to the area and if public schools are important to you. Berkeley County is actually the fastest growing county in the state, and the U.S. Census Bureau ranks it as the 17th fastest growing county in the entire country. So they're just really trying to keep up with the growth, and more schools and amenities are continuing to be planned for the future. There's also a new park that is supposed to open in 2024 called the Berkeley County Park. That's over 20 acres. It will feature 2 full-size multi-purpose fields, a playground, a dog park, a pavilion, and an event lawn, as well as natural access points like a fishing dock and nature trail system. Overall, Nexton has the most urban feel out of these 3 communities. They also have the highest median price of all 3 communities, in large part because it is just such a convenient location overall in Charleston, as well as the community itself has so many amenities like we just spoke about and conveniences right within the community that a lot of people are just willing to pay more of a premium to be in such a well-ranked master plan community. Finally, let's talk about Cane Bay Plantation. Cane Bay has been ranked the #4 top-selling master plan community in the United States, so not too shabby. It's located off of Nexton Parkway, so when you get off of I-26, you first go through Nexton and then you get to Cane Bay. You can also access Cane Bay from Monk's Corner to the northeast or from Goose Creek on Highway 52. So there are a few different access points depending on which part of town you're coming from. Cane Bay Plantation is quite large, so some of the times I'm about to quote can vary depending on which end of Cane Bay you're in or how far back into the neighborhood you are. But in general, it's about 20 to 25 minutes to downtown historic Summerville, 40 minutes to the Costco in West Ashley, 25 minutes to the airport, 40 minutes to downtown Charleston, and 45 minutes to Sullivan's Island. So you're going to add on another 5 to 15 minutes to your travel time compared to Nexton for the majority of places in the Charleston area that you're going to be going. Cane Bay is the largest community of all 3 of the master plan communities that we're talking about today. When it's all said and done, it's estimated to be about 16,000 total homes. Believe it or not, they started building in the mid-90s and they're still building today. I'm not totally sure when it's going to be complete. A lot of the neighborhoods are actually complete now, so my guess is maybe another 5 years-ish, but we'll see. 90% of the homes in Cane Bay back up to ponds, green space, or wetlands. They have a 300-acre lake system, which will eventually be an 8-mile blueway that's perfect for kayaking, canoeing, and paddleboarding. You can also take a sailboat or an electric motor boat out onto the lake. There are miles of scenic lakeside walking and biking paths, and many people also enjoy fishing in Cane Bay. Cane Bay also has a trail network that connects all of the communities. It's 25 miles long. Some kids even bike to school on the trails without having to pass any busy intersections because they had some well-planned, thought-out overpasses to keep the trails extra safe. Now, because Cane Bay is so large, there are about 24 different neighborhoods, and I'm not going to list them all out for you in this video. It can be a little bit overwhelming, but unlike Nexton, where there are multiple builders in each subsection, here each builder has their own subsection. So it's a little bit more like a traditional community in that sense, where everyone in Pine Hills, for example, is built by D.R. Horton, and they have their own pool and some amenities to enjoy. Versus, for example, Ladera Preserve, built by Lennar, which again is going to have its own separate amenities. So each of the neighborhoods is going to have a bit of its own feel, but again, they're all connected via the trail network. Now, it's important to note that only a few of the communities actually have immediate access to the lake within their subsection. These include Waterside by Lennar, Jasmine Point by Beezer, Tidewater by Crescent Homes, Summerwind Crossing by DRB, and the Four Seasons by K. Hovnanian. Summerwind Crossing is an adult-targeted community, meaning that their ideal demographic is 55 plus, but you're not required to be 55 plus to live there, while the Four Seasons is actually a 55 plus active adult community. Again, check out this 55 plus video to learn all about the Four Seasons, Summerwind Crossing, Del Webb, and others. Now, a quick note on Del Webb. Del Webb actually has an adult community in Cane Bay as well, called Del Webb at Cane Bay. It's an older community. The homes are about 9 to 14 years old. It's completely sold out, so there's no new inventory there. All of the inventory is going to be resale homes, but they're actually very well priced in order to compete with the new construction homes. So if you are in the market for 55 plus and you are okay with the resale pre-owned home, then check out Del Webb at Cane Bay. The prices overall in Cane Bay, again, are going to vary widely depending on the type of home, the neighborhood, etc. They start in the mid 300s and go up to the 800s. I'd say your average home price here is pretty comparable to Summers Corner, but Cane Bay has a lot more variety given that they have so many different neighborhoods and builders here. So you have a lot more options here. You can also build your own or opt for a spec house or a resale home. So if you are looking for just a different type of home or a larger home or a home on a lake or just something different than what Lennar offers in Summers Corner, then you have many more options at Cane Bay. The two most affordable subsections right now in Cane Bay are Pender Woods by Starlight Homes and Pine Hills by D.R. Horton. They're both spec homes, meaning you don't pick out any of your finishes. They come as they are, but they're available to close either immediately or within a few month time frame. Cane Bay is also in Berkeley County. They have Cane Bay Elementary School, Cane Bay Middle School, and Cane Bay High School. Once again, due to the rapid growth in this area, these schools are at capacity. So if schools are important to you, definitely call the schools and find out your options. Cane Bay has a shopping center with a Publix that is already open. There are a few restaurants there, medical facilities, and other conveniences like banks, a vet, hair salons, nail salons, etc. There's also a Cane Bay YMCA, which supposedly is one of the largest on the entire East Coast. It's 54,000 square feet and includes an elevated walking track, exercise equipment, basketball and tennis courts, pickleball courts, baseball and softball fields, health and wellness programs, plus a 25-yard aquatics education complex. This YMCA is also unique because it's the first one that collaborated with the public library. So the Cane Bay YMCA is also home to a Berkeley County library. So overall, Cane Bay has some great amenities and some more affordable housing options. It's a little bit further out than the other two areas, and specifically Nexton. So like anything, there's always going to be some give and take. Now, tell me in the comments below which of these master plan communities do you think is going to be your favorite? Or if you already live in the Summerville area in one of these communities, let us know in the comments your favorite things about them. Once again, my name's Sarah, and my team and I would love to help you buy or sell real estate here in the Charleston area. So if we can be of service, please reach out. All of the contact information is listed below. If you found this video helpful, I would really appreciate it if you tap the subscribe button, like the video, and leave a comment. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.